First time interview, New York Fights and Gail Falkenthal Unboxing. Welcome Cayden Griffiths from the high desert where he's getting ready for it's your second fight of 2026. It's barely March and he's already getting in his second fight. He will be on the undercard of the Barboza Sims card this Saturday at the Honda Center in Anaheim. Great venue to go to, by the way. So get your tickets now if you haven't already. And you're going to take your 7-0 record out for a spin one more time. Um, Welcome, and it's great to talk to you. I've seen you many times, thankfully ringside, including your last fight, but it'll be great to see you again.
Likewise, thank you.
I would have pegged you for a California native. You were born in Pennsylvania, but you came out here at a young age. And I enjoyed your story about how boxing found you. You didn't find it, it found you. You tell a story about how you were going out to sign up for soccer, and then you could sign up for boxing, and you decided to do that. And next thing we know, here we are, what, 12 years later, and you're getting ready for your seventh professional or eighth professional fight.
Ma'am. Yeah, no, it was just great. I honestly think that everything happens for a reason, and that was just one of the many things that happened in my life that I just really think that this was my calling. I can't see myself playing any other sport. Like I couldn't see myself doing anything other than boxing now. So, I mean, I definitely think I chose the right path for sure.
Soccer's lost its boxing game, and it's the fans' game. I'm a little surprised your mom said okay, though. There are a lot of parents who would have said boxing. I don't know about that. I think soccer sounds a little safer. But obviously, she went along, and I imagine your family is very proud of how far you've come.
Yeah, no, it was actually my mom's idea. She's actually the one who wanted me in it, like
Well,
first.
you must have been a troublemaking kid then.
No, I mean, depends on who you ask, but from what I remember, I think I was pretty decent. But no, my mom always wanted me to learn like some kind of self-defense. So she put me in like Taekwondo when I was like 3, and then my dad started teaching me how to like throw like punches when I was like 4, and then we took a break for a while, and that was just kind of just little knowledge back then. And then once we moved out here from Pennsylvania, we that's when we found the soccer signups, and the rest of the story goes from there. But no, it was originally my mom's idea. My dad wanted me to wait till I was like 12 or 13 to get into it. My mom was like, no, he can handle it now. So
And when was the moment that you first thought, I can make a life out of this? I can make this my career, my profession, not just something I'm doing as a young guy, as in, club sport. What do you recall when that light bulb went on for you and you said, this is my future?
I feel like I kind of always had it in the back of my mind, like since the beginning. But I was viewing it in a way like, oh, I'll be able to get like a scholarship for boxing because there's certain colleges offer boxing scholarships. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll use boxing to get into a good school. And I was gonna try to become a lawyer until I realized you have to go to school for like 10 years. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. But no, that's what I kind of viewed it as. And then once I started looking into it, and they were saying that like you couldn't have any national experience uh, going into college, like college collegiate boxing, I was kind of like, well, dude, so you're telling me you have to basically suck at the sport to get a scholarship? So after I found that out, it was kind of like, okay, like I'm not really focused on school. I know I'm better at boxing than, you know, anything else. So, I mean, kind of, I still learn other things other than boxing. I still try to educate myself on certain aspects of business and finance and stuff like that. But I kind of knew like probably once I was like 12 or 13, like, you know what, that my main career is going to be boxing. And that's when I really started taking it serious, 100% day in, day out. Because, at that point, you're starting to get to the age where the people that didn't really take it serious growing up, they kind of start to like weed their way out of the sport and start taking up other things. And people that stick with it are the dedicated ones.
When did you find your way to the Diaz Brothers gym in India?
Oh, very, very soon after I started. I started training in like Palm Springs, like for a few months, and then my family and I weren't really happy with the coaching, so we started training over at Diaz Brothers, and we really liked it. So, well, obviously, since I've been there ever since, but yeah,
And you've been ever since. This is a gym that people flock to from all over the world, and in particular from Uzbekistan and some of the, smaller Central Asian countries that were formerly part of the Soviet Union. You are around a very international group of guys there who they came halfway around the world to this gym. You just essentially got to go down the street. And I imagine that part of the experience that that gym has been working alongside those guys, which I see you frequently refer to as family. What's that experience been like for you?
it's been amazing. And honestly, like you said, I say it all the time. Like, it's not just a regular gym dynamic. We literally try to make each other better every day in, day out. Like, it's not like, oh, every once in a while I'll get a tip on, like, how to counter better. Like, we're constantly working with each other. We're constantly trying to, watch each other sparring. Even when we're hitting the bag, we're constantly eyes on the ring, watching each other spar and, helping each other out after sparring. So I mean, it's definitely amazing. We do drills with each other. We spar with each other, and it's world class work. And I'm blessed to be in the position that I'm in, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Those fighters from that part of the world have an outstanding reputation for their skill set, their work ethic. What do you think you've gained watching them with their approach to boxing and their mindset that you've adopted?
Well, I mean, growing up with them, I mean, seeing them compete at the highest level and knowing that I could get in there and hold my own against them, I mean, it taught me that, I belong in there with these guys, I'm not just, you know, basically somebody for them to like use as a punching bag. And once I noticed that, like, you know what, these guys are world champions, and I'm, getting some good shots off on them, and I'm doing well, and I'm learning from them, and I'm making them better. I was like, okay, like, yeah, like, I'm definitely where I need to be, and it's just been kind of every day learning how to be a better fighter. And I think in the years to come, like, I think a lot of fighters like start to plateau around my age, where they might get like just physically stronger, but not like skill wise better. I feel like I'm still on the incline. So,
Sounds like what you picked up from them was not anything particularly physical, that it was confidence.
oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, these guys are Olympians. Um, they've, you know, they've been up top in the amateur game when I was before I was even boxing. So, you know, I kind of got to kind of speed run through all their experiences, and yeah, I think it helped me tremendously. So,
You're 19, correct? If I got the age correct?
yes, ma'am.
19? And you are already starting to get that reputation as a knockout artist because out of 7 fights, you have 6 knockouts. You went the distance in your last fight. I imagine that that was an extremely valuable experience. Talk about, first of all, the pressure for you to keep a knockout streak going is off, which isn't honestly a bad thing. Going all those rounds, as you look back a few weeks ago, what did you gain from that? Hearing that final
Um,
bell for the first time.
I mean, I was definitely disappointed. I think every fighter gets to that point in their career where they have a 100% knockout ratio and they go the distance for the first time. They're a little disappointed in themselves, and it wasn't the fact. I mean, he was a tough person nonetheless, but knowing myself and knowing how I am as a fighter, I know I could have gotten him out of there, right? And as far as why and what I learned, there was a lot of aspects that went into it. I was sick I got sick the week of the fight, so I was gassed out by round two. Um, I winded up fracturing my cortex in my hand, and yeah, I mean, there was a lot of stuff to deal with, but I'm a fighter, and you have to go through those things. And along with picking certain shots, I didn't attack the body enough. There was just so many things in that fight that I learned, and one of them is learning how to step on the gas. I was kind of lunging in and forcing shots that weren't there just because I was getting desperate. for the knockout, and I was losing my patience to find the right shot. And yeah, I let it slip. But now we worked on it this whole camp, and I'm healed up. I'm ready to go, and I'm not getting sick this time, so I should be good cardio wise. But no, I'm excited to get back in there and get back in the knockout column. I know I had a lot of people hate on me for my last fight. I mean, I don't really understand why. I don't think it was the greatest performance by me, but I still don't think it warrants hate. But it's gonna happen. But no, I'm looking forward to getting back in there and showing everybody that I'm one of the most promising prospects.
Well, let me
Um,
point out to the keyboard critics and anybody else who's unaware, it was a shutout. It was a 60-53 shutout on all three cards. Not exactly a poor performance, Cayden, by anybody's stretch of the imagination.
no, I'm my own biggest critic. Me and my dad are like my biggest critics. So, I don't think I'll ever be happy with my performance. I think I could have went out there and knocked him out in the first round, and I probably still would have found something to critique. But it's part of the game. And as I continue climbing the ranks, I think that will wind up paying off for me.
And the pressure to maintain a knockout streak when you're a younger fighter, I'm not sure that always works in anyone's favor. And of course, the object lesson people point to is, Edgar Berlanga setting up such high expectations for himself as the opponents got so much more challenging along the way. I'm not sure he was as well prepared as he could have been versus your recent 6 round appearance going through illness, injury, frustration. I think you've got to look back and recognize there were benefits to that.
Oh, 100%. And it's only going to make me better in the long run. I'm going to have that experience of knowing that there's going to be some guys that can take my punches. Um, in the pro game, a lot of people think that like knockouts depend on power, and honestly, that's one of the things I also learned from my last fight. It doesn't matter how much power you have. If you're not setting up your shots properly, if you're not landing the right shot, guys are just going to be able to take it. And every time I would hurt them, it would be with shots that I wasn't really trying to. It was more catch and counter shots, or I was just throwing them just to throw them. Every time I would load up on power, he would either just bite down on his mouthpiece and take it, or I would just swing and miss. So yeah, I mean, it's all experience right now, and luckily, I've had the capability of getting everybody out of there, and I know that I have the capability to get anybody out of there. But right now, it's about learning and getting better, so that way, when I do get in there with the high level opposition at the top for championship level fights, I'll be able to hold my own and not just depend on power.
What are your goals for 2026? You're already into your second fight. You've got, you know, 10 more months to work with. What would you like to look back on December 31st as having accomplished this year?
I want to chase anything that they're willing to give me. I want to hopefully get in there for a title, junior title shot this year. I know my manager and Golden Boy were talking about it. Maybe not not the next fight, but maybe the one after. So yeah, I know they want to keep me active, and I want to be active as well. The more fights, the better. I think that's one of the most important things as a prospect, is to be in there and constantly be seen and build your name. But no, I mean, junior title, start climbing the ranks, and I'm confident in my ability to compete at the highest level. So however fast Golden Boy wants to push me, and however fast my management thinks I'm ready, and my coaches and everybody believes in me, I'm ready to go.
The clock is ticking. You are ready to go. Speaking of the clock ticking, when I interview someone for the first time at whatever stage of their career, they get to answer some of my quick questions. So the only rule is don't think about this too much. Just the first thing that comes to your mind. We're going to get all of this out there. Now, I know you do not have a nickname, or at least the last time I heard you comment, you said you were going to let the fans pick your nickname. But who currently has the best nickname in boxing?
Uh, Probably Tank.
Tank, not bad. Who would be you're sparring some of the world-class talent that anyone could imagine. But do you have a dream sparring partner?
Probably Shakur or Crawford.
Oh, couldn't do much better than either one of those two. Before you retire, where in the world or what venue would you like to fight at?
T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, or Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden's at the top of a lot of lists.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you would buy with your first $1 million purse?
Ooh, I'd probably invest most of it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm scared of becoming broke, so I'd probably just put it all in like investments. But if I literally couldn't do that and I just had to spend it on something, I'd probably buy a house, my own place.
It's an investment. It's an
Yeah.
investment. Yep. Should heavyweights be allowed on the pound for pound list?
No.
Ah, that was Dad. You'd not hesitate to answer that one. Your favorite boxing movie?
Either Raging Bull or Rocky Four.
Good man. Raging Bull is the correct answer. You have a great series on your Instagram account about things you've taken from other fighters. And so you've kind of answered this already, but I'm going to have you do it here. If you could steal one skill from another boxer, what would it be?
Does chin count as a skill?
Sure, sure.
Give me Triple G's chin. I think having a good chin in boxing is one of the most like important things.
It's the ultimate backstop, isn't it?
Yeah, I think if you
Really.
have mediocre boxing skill and boxing ability, but a really good chin, I think you can at least make it to the top 15. I'm convinced.
You know, you should talk to Brandon Glanton about that. He survived Jaya Patel last night with a hell of a good chin.
Yeah.
And the final question for today, when I'm not boxing, I'm doing what?
Sleeping, eating, um, or playing guitar. I play guitar sometimes, but
Nice. Well, we'll get
yeah.
you to play for us next time. And you're also doing interviews. So I thank you for doing an interview. It is fight week. You're going to be run through the gauntlet, but we're very glad to get to know you a little better. And fans can get to know you if they are watching, or they can get themselves to Anaheim this Saturday for your fight on the undercard of Barboza and Sims. And thank you,
Yes, ma'am.
Cayden. We'll look forward to it.
Thank you for having me.